everybody, I'm Diane Kochilas, and I'm making a really easy, delicious vegetarian recipe today. Brussels sprouts and potatoes in a wok. So let's get started. Let me tell you what's in the dish. Onions, garlic, potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and then some finishing ingredients, some flavor. So I've got a little bit of ouzo here, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, one of my favorite ingredients, which is very popular on Ikaria, which is petimezi, that's a grape molasses, Greek olive oil, of course, and two different salts, a Greek sea salt and a finishing salt, which is a smoked sea salt, and a little bit of black pepper. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is heat some olive oil and get the onions going. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this dish as I move forward with it. The original recipe actually calls for what we call in Greece papoulias, which are kind of like bok choy. I think that's the closest thing in English. You find that on the island at certain times of the year, mostly in the late fall and early part of the winter. And that's in the cabbage family. So the cabbage family, the brassica family of vegetables, Brussels sprouts are in the same family, are a really important ingredient for healthy living on Ikaria. So I've adapted this recipe a little bit to call for Brussels sprouts, which I really love. I'm gonna let the onions cook. I've got small potatoes here, and I'm just going to cut them into quarters. My Brussels sprouts, I've already cleaned them, but I saved a couple so I can show you how to do that. You basically just want to get that little end off, and that's it. So combinations of filling vegetables or even grains like rice or bulgur, it's also was popular in the older longevity diet on the island, combined with vegetables, make for a very nutritionally sound combination of foods. And this is also the kind of philosophy of cooking and eating that we should all be thinking about right now. This is food that boosts our immune system. It's food that's packed with nutrients, packed with vitamins, some of the healthiest things we can eat. It's good for the planet because it's a vegan diet. It's the basis of the Mediterranean diet. So those are all things I want you to think about as we go through this recipe and recipes like this as I progress with these vegetable classes for you. So I can smell the onion, and I'm going to get a little bit of garlic in here. So I'm adding a fairly generous amount of garlic, about a good teaspoon, chopped garlic. And that's actually something I sell on the e-shop along with the olive oil and the petimezi and the salts. If you'd like to visit me there, please do at shop.dianekochilas.com. Next in are quartered baby potatoes. Now I'm going to close the lid on this. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And I've got I love this Greek sea salt. It is so flavorful and totally natural, no additives. I'm just going to cover that. This will take about 6 or 7 minutes. Getting those Brussels sprouts in next. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. Some ouzo. Just a tiny bit of petimezi. And it'll be nice and caramelized and ready to serve and delicious and healthy and simple and all done in one pot. A great example of Mediterranean diet cooking, a recipe inspired by the Blue Zone Greek island of Ikaria. which I love, and some black pepper. And today's recipe, inspired by the Greek island of Ikaria, typically or traditionally made with collard greens or with something that looks like bok choy, which we call papoulias. I have transformed into a recipe made with Brussels sprouts, which are in the same family, which are really good for you. They're packed with nutrients. They're a great source of vitamin K, a good source of vitamin C, which helps us absorb iron. And this is food that is very typical of the whole Mediterranean diet, vegetarian, vegan, in fact, makes us feel good, helps our immune system, makes us stronger, and keeps us healthy.